Good evening, everyone. This evening, we are going to talk about the concept propounded by Edward the Bono. Edward the Bono is considered to be second, I would say, second the best psychologist in the world. Or we can say he is in the current age, he is the best. Not one of the best, but the best. He is the second Sigmund Freud. I would say second Sigmund Freud. He has given his thought on vertical thinking and horizontal thinking or lateral thinking. He has actually emphasized on this that those people who are highly successful people in every single realm in a comprehensive sector, these people have developed their lateral thinking or horizontal thinking. Horizontal or lateral thinking means totally different kind of thinking. Not the same kind of thinking, not the stereotype, not the, we can say the parallel type of thinking, not the stereotype, and not the box thinking, but totally different kind of Neolithic, absolutely out of the box thinking. And these are the people who are able to solve all kinds of problems in their personal life or in the corporate life. Any kind of problems they face, they don't have any kind of problem, solving those problems. Reason is that they are equipped with lateral thinking or horizontal thinking. They look at every problem in a different angle, different prism, different parlance. Every single thing that they actually think about the problem is totally different than those people who have parallel thinking or we can say the micro thinking. So vertical thinking and the horizontal thinking, both are totally different. Vertical thinking I have chosen three different kinds of elements. Point number one is in-box thinking. That thinking is not new, not holistic, not any kind of innovation in there. It's a heuristic, no heuristic kind, but the traditional type, the old thinking. Everybody thinks, that person also thinks exactly the same connotation. Nothing new, no new angle, no new approach, no new ideas, nothing. Every single thing is just tried. Point number two is stereotype thinking. Now, vertical thinking is a kind of a stereotype thinking. The way the father used to think, the way the grandfather used to think, the same way grandson has been thinking. Nothing new, nothing changed, no innovation, no different ideas, no any kind of out-of-the-box thinking, no new mentality, no new attitude, but everything is just the same. Coming from the great-grandfather to grandfather to father and to the great or to the grandson or great-grandson. Point number three is traditional and obvious thinking. The way you have been actually approaching any kind of problem or any kind of grievances that you have in your personal life or collective life in your company, or if you are a minister and grievances in the lives of the masses. Now when you think the same way that the masses can also think, mediocre people can also think, obvious thinking, nothing new. People are not going to have any kind of surprise or any kind of mesmerizing that, wow, there's a great idea that Mr. Modi had. But no, all the ideas of ministers would be exactly the right. Same like every ordinary person, every mediocre or quotidian person can think. obvious thinking, nothing new, nothing surprising, nothing job falling, nothing all striking. But same thing that father is actually thinking, the son can also think and the grandson can also think the same way. So these are the three very vital points for vertical thinking. Vertical thinking is the old thinking, vertical is the traditional thinking. Vertical thinking has nothing new, nothing innovative, nothing holistic or nothing heuristic. Just simple thinking. A simple person, a cyber person, an ordinary quotidian person thinks. That is called vertical thinking. Now horizontal thinking is different. Horizontal thinkers are very few and far between in the world. Those best of the best literaries and gliteraries and luminararies, those are the people who always think in a horizontal manner. Their IQ is high, education is high, pruning and grooming is high, their insights are very deep and profound. Their experience of the five kinds of knowledge they have declarative knowledge, procedural knowledge, heuristic knowledge, meta knowledge, and empirical knowledge. All are deep and wide, profound knowledge that they have. These are the kind of people who can think horizontally, or it is also known as a kind of thinking that is lateral thinking. The word is used by Dr. Aedward, the Bono, for both kind of thinking, horizontal thinking or lateral thinking. Both are the same thing, but the both characteristics are the same, the virtues are the same, the merits are the same. I have chosen 3 points to elaborate. Point number 1 is out-of-box thinking. These people don't think the same way other people think, or the mediocre people think, ordinary people, civilians and the masses think on the street. In-box thinking. No, they don't think in-box thinking, but they are out-of-the-box thinking. Box thinking is known as your thinking would match with the thinking of everyone else surrounding you or in your surround. Same kind of thinking. Everybody thinks the same way. Your peers think the same way. Your relatives think the same way. Your siblings think the same way. Your parents and grandparents think the same way. That is called box thinking. But those people who have horizontal thinking, they're different. They don't actually emulate your or my thinking. They have all different kind of thinking, different kind of approach, different kind of angle, and they are the best to solve the problem. No problem is invincible for them, unsolvable for them. They can solve all kinds of problems by different kind of approach, different kind of tolerance, different kind of prism, different kind of angle. So point number 2 is holistic thinking. Their thinking is holistic. Nobody can actually think like them, but only few people. Only few people in the companies can think like that. And those head honchos in the MNCs, they all think horizontal thinking, lateral thinking. They don't have parochial or vertical thinking. And that is why they are successful, their companies are successful, everyone works for the company is successful. HR is high profile, HR is skilled and talented HR with competence, performance, with lots of motivation, lots of art complex and lots of enthusiasm and all sorts of things. They're totally different. They stand out totally different than ordinary quotidian people. Point number 3 is innovative thinking. Their thinking is totally innovative. They innovate thinking. They don't actually emulate from the thinking of other people. They don't borrow other person's thinking, or they don't borrow surrogate thinking. The way I think, Mukesh Ambani is not going to think like this, or Tata is not going to think like that, or Bill Gates or Musk Nobody is going to think the way I think because they don't like to borrow the ideas from surrogate sources. But their source is within them. They are going to rely upon or hinge upon their own cerebral faculty, praising the cerebral faculty, emphasizing the cerebral, stressing the cerebral faculties to generate totally holistic ideas, new ideas that no one has ever used or expressed before. And when you have that kind of idea, then you are able to tackle all kinds of complex, all kinds of tedious problems. So no problem is a problem. With those people who have the gift of horizontal or lateral thinking. But those people who are mired in the quagmire of problem all day in and day out, 24 times 7 times 65, 365. These are the people who have not developed their vertical thinking into horizontal thinking according to Aedward the Bono. So that's all the time we have today. Thank you very much for listening. See you again next time. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.